How I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. That's for you up there, old man. Happy Father's Day. I don't know if anybody's there, but I'm still standing here. I'm not going nowhere, and you, and you, and you, you're gonna love me. I think we're alone now. It doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. So, is anybody there? Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes, I can see it in your smile. Hi Jennifer, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I just wanted to come on and get a little chat and things like that. Obviously it's Father's Day, which is really hard for me today because I've actually got a video I'm uploading tomorrow and I was really distraught. It really crushed me. Like I say, Father's Day is really hard. Great to hear that you're doing good, Jennifer. That's brilliant. And I hope to see you when I come to Australia in November. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, like I said, it's Father's Day as well, so that's a tough one. Yeah, I'm doing okay, but tough day. It's really difficult, like I say, with it being Father's Day and things. Hi, Bins Q, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I was going to come on and have a little chat and things about veganism and such likes and mental health. And obviously this week is Men's Mental Health Week. And I want to put this out there. The biggest killer for men with mental health is obviously suicide. And obviously the reason why that is because men tend to bottle things up. They don't want to speak out about these issues. And that does lead you down the road of destruction, like I say. So obviously we encourage all men to obviously, it's not been weak, obviously speaking out. Jennifer says, Father's Day sucks for me too. Well, it is in September and falls around. Oh, sorry about that, Jennifer. My heart goes out to you. I really do. And sending you all my love. I know it's really difficult. It really is. It's one of the days you've just got to think of the good memories. And I know it's hard because I've been like that myself quite a lot today. But anyway, like I said, Mental Health Week, obviously, I say men need to start speaking out and such likes about Men's Mental Health Week. It's like I say, it's okay not to be okay, and that's really important that people understand that. Like I say, it's not a sign of weakness admitting that you're struggling. It actually shows strength because it shows that you want to get better, that you want to get help, and that you're asking for help. Like I say, speak out. Anybody you can trust, whether it be a family member or a friend, if you've got a therapist, anybody, obviously go online. If there's support networks online, you get peer support groups and such likes, especially the Samaritans, which is a great one if you're thinking you're going to suffer with. Bins Q says, so glad you're speaking out about this. It's incredibly important, particularly with men with post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, definitely. Like I say, post-traumatic stress disorder is a really difficult one as well. Like I say, you see a lot of army veterans and such like suffering with that, and it's a really difficult thing. Like I say, it gets to the point you isolate yourself away, you just don't want to live life. It's just basically you're sucked into that 24/7. It's a very hard thing to cope with, and the only way to actually take back control of that is actually to speak out about it. That's part of the biggest part of recovery, is speaking out and actually asking for help. I know that only too well. Another thing I was going to touch upon was, I got a question on Instagram yesterday. I'd posted up that I was eating this Snickers cake, which absolutely looked delicious, and it was delicious, it was lovely. Somebody that actually had suffered with an eating disorder in the past. Sorry, Jennifer. Jennifer says, I've generalised anxiety. Recovery has been a long road with some relapses along the way. Definitely, Jennifer, that's very true. Like I say, recovery is never linear. It's always going to have bumps in the road, unfortunately, but it's about if you've got a bump in the road, you've got a bad day, whether that be you get yourself down, especially if you've got an eating disorder and maybe you skip meals or such likes, or if you're just somebody that suffers with things like obviously depression or bipolar, whatever, it's about getting up the next day and asking for help, or if you've got an eating disorder especially, like I said earlier on, it's about choosing your next meal. If you've missed it, getting on with the next meal, getting your nutrition in. It's just about doing small steps. Like I say, every day is a learning curve. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but that doesn't mean you're a failure. That's all part of recovery. So as I was going to talk about there, about the thing about the Snickers cake, somebody said to me, are you eating that cake because of extreme hunger? And I want to put that out there. People with eating disorders do suffer extreme hunger, especially at night time. Hi Nat, how are you? Bins Q says, my vegan sister loves Snickers. Anything? Agree, small steps. Mine's are very small. Exactly. It's like Snickers says, hungry, eat a Snickers. So like I was talking about extreme hunger, that's something we do suffer a lot with in eating disorder recovery, but that wasn't why I was eating the Snickers cake. Like I say, people with eating disorders get extreme hunger, especially during the night. And if you do suffer with that, it's really, really important that you feed your body exactly what it needs. Like I say, if you've got an extreme hunger in the night, don't think that that's binge eating, that you're going to go one way or the other, because this is what this person was worried about. She said that she was scared that she was going to go from restricting to binge eating. That doesn't happen. Your body will tell you what it needs. Good to hear that you're good, Nat. Sending you all my love. Yeah, Poppy, he's here. He's going mental as always. So like I say, your body will tell you what it needs. If your body craves cake, you can be damn sure that your body's going to use that optimum calories of that cake for the best of its use. Let's say if you've been restricting for so long, you're in thousands and thousands of calorie deficit. So every little bit of the calories that you're actually consuming is used for internal repair. Your kidneys, your liver, your heart. Like I say, don't start thinking that you're going to be binge eating, because you won't. It's really, really important that you give your body calories. There's no good food and there's no bad food. It's about all food is good for you, and that's really important. Hi Tim, how are you, mate? Sending you all my support. So like I say, all food is good for you. All food is medicine, and it's really, your eating disorder will tell you that you're going to keep binging, you're going to keep gaining weight and such likes. It'll get to the point where you reach your set point weight, which is healthy for your body type, whether that be 8 stone, 9 stone, 10 stone, 11 stone, 12 stone, whatever your optimum height and weight is for your overall health, your body will get to the point where it will level out and you won't gain weight anymore. Bins Q says, so important to know good food and bad food. Exactly, one of the key messages, and that's really, really important. Like I say, there's no such thing as good food and bad food. It's about all nutrition and balance, and that's really, really important. I will start talking about this much more in depth further down the line. Like I say, I'm a personal trainer, I'm qualified in nutrition and such as well, but I don't like putting that out there, because like I say, what works for me may not work for another person, and vice versa. I can share what works for me, but like I say, don't follow what I say, because I would never give advice, but I'm going to actually be qualified in eating disorder therapy somewhere down the line, so I'll help a lot in that as well. So I hope that covers that. But also as well, which I was going to come on and speak a little bit about, is vegans turning on other vegans. Like I say, it's this kind of mentality that you're either what they deem as 100% vegan or you're not vegan. I want to put this out there. Nobody can ever be 100% vegan, because there's animal products. Bins Q says, do give details about qualifications of the video. Definitely I will do that, Bins Q. I'm going to be discussing that more further down the line. So like I was talking about, like I say, about vegans turning on vegans, like I say, you can never be 100% vegan. My dog's battering me senseless here. Pack it in, fudge. Like I say, there's animal products in everything, for the tyres in the car that we drive, to the pavement we walk on, to animal products in the walls and painting our walls. Jennifer says, I almost walked away from being vegan because of all the ones turning on each other. Exactly. Like I say, it's really, really disgusting. Like I say, just think of it this way. They forget that it's compassion to not only animals, but to also fellow humans. That's where a lot of vegans seem to miss the link, and it's disgusting. I've actually got a dear friend who I'm not going to mention her name. She's actually got a YouTube channel. She stays in Scotland. Her son is actually high-level autism. She's actually had a lot of hate and such likes because they're saying that she feeds her son non-vegan. And I want to put this out there. Things like Earthlings and Slaughterhouse videos and what we actually need to be careful with when we're subjecting young people and kids with disabilities to, let's say, because it's really important that we're being responsible and respectful and responsive, let's say, because that may actually make people not turn us away from vigils. Education and compassion will get you further in militant statements and abuse. Exactly, 100% Bins Q, and that's really important. Let's say it's about compassion as a whole. Let's say my friend is actually got an autistic son. Let's say he's obviously non-vegan, but she actually tries to do what she can to actually basically kind of bring in foods that are vegan, so he's not getting basically kind of objective about things, because they actually start, with people with autism, they obviously start getting worked up and things like that, and that's what people don't understand, like I say. So what she tries to do is sub some foods that he doesn't object to badly. So I want to put that out there, like I say. And we talk about animal cruelty, like I say, animal cruelty is actually defined as causing unnecessary suffering to animals against the law to harm or protect the animal as well. Like I say, if you're responsible for it, and that's what it's about, like I say, to obviously not neglect it and cause suffering, causing an animal to suffer may not be obviously deliberate, and it is basically an offence to actually cause it suffering if you know that it will suffer due to your actions or your neglect. Like I say, suffering obviously includes mental as well as physical, like I say, so it's just as bad to terrify an animal and a human as well. So that's what I want to put out there. Suffering is not just to animals physically, it's mentally, and same vice versa to a human. So it's really important that vegans understand that, and it's about stepping back and realising that we weren't born vegan. All through our life we've ate animal products. Yeah, it's probably taken us years to get that connection. So it's about stepping into the shoes of a non-vegan and being the vegan you wish you'd had met before you became vegan. Being respectful, being receptive to their worries, their concerns. If you can do anything as much as you possibly can, whether you just be subbing some of your foods for vegan foods, whether it be plant-based milks for your normal milk, dairy-free cheese for the cheese that you're eating, maybe you're only eating one meal a week that's vegan, as much as you possibly can. And it's respectful. I say, you've got to understand that not everybody can go vegan. You've got people with disabilities that can't do it. You've got people with eating disorders that can't do it because of the recovery teams say so. There's many things and factors, obviously, as well, depending on the place that you live on in the world. Let's say it can be very hard for you to get vegan products. So it's basically this attitude that you're 100% vegan or you're an asshole, basically. And I want to put this out there for all these vegans that say they're 100% vegan. They do things like their laundry products are vegan, their food that they eat's vegan, their clothing are vegan. You're probably watching this right now on an Apple phone or an Apple MacBook. Do you actually know it's about looking at the fact that the slave trade over in Asia, people are actually making these for $2 and $3 for a whole week's work? That is as bad as anything. It's ethical reasons for not only the animals but the humans as well. There's actually animal products in the LCD screens and on Apple Mac products as well. So, you know what I mean? It's double Dutch, like I say. Obviously as well, I get a lot of hate because my dogs and such are not vegan. And I want to put this out there. Dogs can go vegan, yes, but my dogs and such likes have got health issues, kidney issues and such likes. Dogs actually belong to the order actually of omnivore, but their body is obviously the ability to actually transform amino acid blocks to protein. So things like eggs obviously have the highest biological value of any animal, any protein sources. Exactly, Jennifer, your dog's not vegan either. So let's say basically that eggs are like, which is actually the valuable of a protein source, is an ability to the actual amino acids that the animal actually needs. So when we're talking about this, humans, let's say, their stomach actually 1 hour to actually move food through the stomach, but depending on the complexity, it takes longer. Let's say dogs have actually got a shorter stomach, so their stomach is actually more acidic, so it can break down things like meat and bone, so it's kept in the stomach longer to break down animal products and proteins, and actually it's why they can actually survive in 2 meals a day because of that, let's say, because they store that longer. Whereas humans have actually got a longer digestive system, so that means it takes more time to absorb things like nutrients from plant-based complex foods such as plant grains and basically plant foods as well. But like I say, dogs can do that and you can survive in it. But what I say, I always believe, Jennifer says, I found that vegan dog food is far too expensive and being on a medium to low income is just too hard for... Exactly, Jennifer, exactly, 100%. And like I say, you'll find like 10 different things that will say that a dog can go vegan and 10 that will say you don't. And I always feel that for a dog, they are naturally brought up on meat. So I think a balance of both. My dogs will eat things like vegetables mixed in with their meat, and they'll eat some fruits and such like, but they would starve without that. Especially cats as well. You've got to look into it. Let dogs be dogs, I say. Our kindness is what counts to them. 100% agree with you there, Bins Cute, and thanks for saying that, because that's what's really, really important. If you think that you're vegan and what vegan's all about, it's about looking after the animals, and that's what being not an owner, because an owner, we don't own animals. Animals are equal to us, and it's about doing what is best for your animal. And for me, that's about feeding my dog non-vegan, and that's what a lot of people need to understand. And I think a lot of people shove their vegan beliefs onto their animals without even thinking. I think just as long as my fed, my well looked after is the main thing at the end of the day. 100% agree, Jennifer. Our dog eats beans, she looks like she's holding a green cigar. Yeah, exactly. So like I say, a lot of vegans actually shove their beliefs... Sorry, Fudge! Fudge just pulled my camera down there. Come on, you're going mental. So like I say, I always think that a lot of vegans do shove their beliefs onto their animals. And obviously it's really, really important, if you are really stressed about feeding your dog vegan, that you look to a veterinary surgeon that can actually properly give you the advice and basically monitor it as well. Oh, Fudge is cute. Yeah, Fudge is absolutely amazing. So like I say, I really, really think this is really, really important, and it's one thing we've got to start doing. If we're going to be receptive to people, we've got to actually look at them and give them respect, like I say, because being vegan doesn't make you a good person. Being a good person makes you a good person, and that's really, really important that these vegans out there understand that. Like Jennifer says, Fudge loves being part of the broadcast. Fudge is the star of the broadcast, Jennifer, you know that. He's a man. Like if I was to put a 24-hour camera on Fudge, he would blast it. I would have like 1 million subscribers. So I hope this is kind of put my thoughts out there, and it's really, really important that people understand that. Like I say, there's too much hassle and hate online, and that's why I'm not receptive to vegans, because they think that everybody, anything at all, anything in life, just anything at all that you'd like me to cover, that's what I'm here for. Like I say, I want to start talking about more complex things that's going on in the world, especially at the moment. There's a lot of bad things happening, like I say, especially